Hey, Blazer Tales. Oh, have I got such a good one for you today? This one is hilarious. This is Sideways Stories from Wayside School by Sachar, the same author that did Holes. This is book one of four, I believe. I think there's four of them. This book, some of this stuff is so stupid, so dumb that it is hilarious. There are 30 chapters, and every chapter has a different character. And every character is just crazy. They're hilarious. In the introduction, it says Wayside School was accidentally built sideways. It was supposed to be only one story high with 30 classrooms all in a row. Instead, it is 30 stories high with one classroom on each story. The builder said he was very sorry. So that's like the building was supposed to be 30 classrooms all across a flat one story, but they built 30 stories straight up. So it's supposed to be like super really, really tall. And the first character you're introduced to is Miss Gore. Miss Gore is horribly mean. Anything the kids do, she doesn't like. She turns them into an apple until the whole entire class is turned into an apple. They decide to rebel. They start to bonk her on the head. She has no choice but to turn them back into students. And then what they do to her is hilarious. And then you're introduced to Miss Jules. Miss Jules is the new teacher who comes. Really nice, really sweet, little odd. She thinks that all the kids are monkeys, and they have a very hard time convincing her that they are not monkeys. And then there is Joe. Joe, I love Joe. He's one of my favorites. He cannot count. And so Miss Jules keeps him in from recess because he can't count. And she tells him he got to 10, and he counts all these crazy ways like 6, 8, 12, 1, 5, 2, 7, 11, 3, 10. And then he's like, yes, I did count to 10. And then she says, no, you didn't. And then she puts 5 pencils out. And she says, how many pencils do we have here, Joe? Joe counted the pencils. 4, 6, 1, 9, 5. There are 5 pencils, Miss Jules. That's wrong, said Miss Jules. How many pencils are there? Joe asked. 5, said Miss Jules. That's what I said Joe. May I go out to recess now? Hilarious. That one's funny. There's poor Todd. I love poor Todd. Todd, he gets in trouble all the time, even when he does nothing. Miss Jules has the word discipline on the board. And if you get your name written there 3 times, you have to leave at 12 on the kindergarten bus. Poor Todd can blink the wrong way. And Miss Jules writes his name on the board every single day. He gets sent home on the kindergarten bus. He never gets to stay past 12. And there's times during the book that he's like, I really wish I could stay past 12 to see what happens. And then there is Calvin. Poor Calvin. Miss Jules sends him to send a message to Miss Zarvis on the 19th floor. The thing is, the builders forgot to build a 19th floor. So there's the 18th floor and there's the 20th floor. And because there's no 19th floor, there's no Miss Zarvis. And she gets mad when he comes back and is like, I can't deliver the message. And, super funny. Then there's poor Myron. I love Myron too. Myron is the class president. Myron's only job is to turn the lights on and off. And that's what Miss Jules says. That's a great big job. You have to turn the lights on and off. And he's like, can I do more than that? And she's like, nope, that's a great job. Well, one day Myron's going home and Dana's dog gets hit by a car in the middle of the street. And he helps her go get the dog to the vet. The vet is fine. The vet takes care of the dog and the dog is fine. The next morning, he goes to her house to check on the dog. It makes him late for school. And when he walks into the classroom late, everybody's sitting in the dark because he wasn't there to turn the lights on. That was funny. And then there is poor John. John cannot read unless it's upside down. He can only read upside down. So when he reads books, he literally turns them upside down to read. And Miss Jules is like, but you can't read the blackboard that way because I can't turn the blackboard upside down. So her suggestion is to take John with help and stand him on his head so he can read the blackboard. Something really funny happens with that one too. And then we have Miss Zarvis. Chapter 19, and it says, there is no Miss Zarvis. There's no 19th floor. Sorry. That's all chapter 19. And then there's Kathy. Kathy hates everybody. Everybody. Even you. Even the book, it says. Kathy doesn't like you. She doesn't know you, but she doesn't like you. And it talks about some crazy things that Kathy does and blames other people. And then the last one I want to talk about is poor Damien. Damien, they're about to watch a video in class, and Damien is sent downstairs to go ask Mr. Lewis if who he runs the playground, if he wants to watch the movie. So she sends him, she says, go downstairs and ask him if he wants to run, or ask Lewis if he wants to watch the movie. Remember, they're on the 30th floor. Okay, this classroom's on the 30th floor. He runs all the way down, asks Mr. Lewis. He says, hey, you want to watch a movie in Miss Jules' class? He said, what is the movie? I don't know. I'll be right back. He runs back upstairs. What's the movie? She says it's called Turtles. He runs back downstairs. He tells Lewis the name of the movie is Turtles. Lewis says, what's the movie about? I don't know. He runs back upstairs. Miss Jules, what's the movie about? Turtles. It's about turtles. He runs back down. And Lewis says, I don't like turtles. They're too slow. So no, I don't want to watch the movie. By the time he gets back up to the 30th floor, he is exhausted. He's missed the movie, and then he gets in trouble for missing the movie. Anyway, so that is Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Hilarious book. If you are at my school and you're watching this, I have a whole bunch of coloring sheets. So, and you get 31 because the very first sheet is the cover of the book that you can color. Sideways Stories from Wayside School. And then I just printed some of my favorites, but like there's Todd, there's John, and you see John is upside down. There's Kathy. There is one for every single kid. So if you're at my school, you can come to the library and get some. If you're not at my school, you might want to tell your teacher to check out this video and tell her to check out the link to my TPT product where I sell it. Anyway, this book is hilarious. Do not miss it. Talk to you later. I'll see you in the next video.